Hey guys, in this video we're talking about a surefire way to avoid high spots using a ceramic coating, and yes, I know it's dark in here. Now guys, in my garage today I'm working on a BMW X3, and this particular BMW didn't even sit on the dealership lot. As soon as it was manufactured and put together, it was shipped right to the customer, and so we're putting a ceramic coating on it here. Now, many of you guys are a bit nervous to start applying ceramic coatings because there's potential ways where things can go wrong, and basically what I want to show you in this video is when you hyperfocus light in one area, avoiding light literally in all other areas, it's one of the best ways to avoid high spots because you can see everything, particularly with a coating like this that does not necessarily tack up with an iridescent, oily appearance like a lot of other consumer grade coatings do. So with this particular coating, it just says to apply it liberally to the applicator, and so I'm gonna do about that much because I've been using it already, so there's already some leftover coating on the applicator. And I'm gonna apply it to the top left portion here, just like this. Real quick here, I don't need to waste any time with this particular coating. Leveling is the most important part, so I'm gonna be very specific in how I go over each part here. But I wanna bring you guys in and show you what this looks like with all of the light zeroed in one place. You are able to see the ceramic coating in a way that you would not otherwise be able to see it if you look around the bulb of the light and kind of let it go back and forth. You almost see like a tiny microscopic, let's say, string of pearls. It looks like a necklace of pearls strung together. That's how this one starts to tack up. And when I move in different directions, you guys can see exactly what it looks like, particularly when I go over the body lines. This is super easy to see where all the coating is. Now, in addition to that, as I go in with my initial microfiber towel here to buff it off, I can see exactly what comes off and exactly what does not come off, and I can see the haze from a little bit of leftover coating. I can see that even right now, because I'm videoing, I left it on a little longer than I would want to, but I'll get it all off, no problem. I just need to spend a little bit extra time here in the initial buffing phase, just like this. But my point here, more than anything else, is to show you guys how easy it is to see every single piece of the ceramic coating, even as I've got tiny bits of leftover here. Really doing it this way makes it impossible for me to have any high spots left over, because the big mistake people make when they're getting into ceramic coatings is they actually have too much light. And this is one of the funny parts and ironic parts about the detailing business. We all think we have to have 1,000 different tools and 1,000 different lights to start doing anything, when the reality is turning off the lights and zeroing in all the light in this one area is really the best way to avoid high spots if you are concerned about getting them, because now I can see that 100% of the ceramic coating is removed. Now, I want to actually do this again to bring you guys into the phenomenon that I just saw, what I was talking about, where high spots generally appear, which is where you have a little bit of haze left over. Most high spots do not appear because you don't wipe off the coating. Most high spots appear because you're using a microfiber towel that has a bunch of coating left over on it. It doesn't pull off enough initially, and you don't have zeroed in lights. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So what I'm gonna do here is basically just apply the ceramic coating just like I did to the left side of this passenger door, and I'm gonna leave it on just a second longer than I really want to. Now, like I said, I'm gonna go back over this a couple times, not in a crosshatch pattern because the crosshatch is really not necessary. It's just the leveling of the coating that's necessary. And once you do enough coatings, you realize how to level things pretty straightforwardly. And so I want you guys to see, I'm just letting it sit. Not panicking or anything, but I wanna let it sit. And what we're gonna see is when I remove it with my initial buffing towel here, there's gonna be ever so slightly this haze left over on the paint. And if I did not have these zeroed in lights like this, it would be relatively difficult to pick up that haze. So here we go, I'm buffing it off. And I do want you guys to take note of how much time and kind of pressure I'm putting on the paint, because you might think, well, Luke, I'm putting enough pressure, I'm buffing it off for 5 minutes. I mean, how much buffing do I really need to do here? So we're gonna go just like this, and in an effect to show you guys what this looks like, I'll stop there. And while it is very difficult to see and pick up in the camera, when you look around the bulb of the light in different places here, there is ever so slightly some hazing that you would not otherwise pick up, where around the bulb of the light, a tiny bit of the coating has still not been removed from the paint, and over time it actually tacks up more than a fully buffed off ceramic coating would, and you actually begin to see a bit of a shadow cast in the sun when you don't have this buffed off all the way. So I'm gonna take my second buffing towel. This is where it gets relatively easy. I'm gonna go back and forth here, just like this, to buff off the rest of that little bit of residue. And after we do that, we are left with really beautiful paint. Like you can see behind me, it really glistens in the overhead lights, but this is the ironic part about using lights in the detailing world. I wanna show you guys, this is the Multi-Match 8 light. You can buy different batteries to keep this powered, you know, as long as you need it, but this is really what I would suggest for anybody who's getting into ceramic coatings, because it's going to be the most kind of multi-purpose, multi-use light. I can use it on a single door, I can use it on the whole side of a car, I can use it around the entire car, I've got it on a wheel stand. I can use this when I'm doing paint correction, ceramic coating. It's got so many different uses, even interior detailing. If I need some extra light to blast from the side, I can open the door, turn this on, and blast it inside the car. And so really this is kind of my go-to light when I'm applying ceramic coatings, and you guys can see why. It's ironic, but when I'm applying a ceramic coating, I want focused light that doesn't necessarily hit the paint at a 90-degree angle like this, but more sheds light at about maybe let's say a 45-degree angle, where the light kind of shines across and glides across the paint. Makes it a little bit easier to start to see that appearance of a ceramic coating. But like I said, ceramic coatings like this that don't tack up in an oily way can be very difficult to see in this kind of regular garage detailing lighting like this, and you end up getting some hazy appearance left over because you miss that tiny bit of residue that's left. So guys, as always, that light and the ceramic coating I'm using in this video will be linked up in the YouTube description box below. If you like tiny little bits of detailing information like this, particularly with ceramic coatings and paint correction, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you get more from Wilson Auto Detailing literally every single week. And as always, from Luke here at the Wilson Auto Detailing Garage, guys, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.